Okay, let's go ahead and go through the process of running the quarterly drug updates. And once we're done that, we'll go ahead and also run the product updater to make sure that we've got all the most current service patches and releases installed as well. So first thing we're going to do is we need to make sure that Watchdog is turned off. So I'm going to go down here, see Watchdog down here at the bottom corner, or excuse me, bottom right hand corner of your screen. I'm going to right click it with the right mouse button, and then I'm going to hit stop all. So when I do, I get this pop-up that Watchdog is stopping everything, and so I'll just let that process finish. And now the first step in installing the new quarterly drug interaction update is to uninstall the old one. So let's go into Control Panel, and I'm going to uninstall a program. And I'm going to look through my list here for... Now yours, no matter whether you're using Lytec Medisoft or Practice Partner, it's probably going to say, might say Medisoft Clinical Drug Interaction or Lytec MD Drug Interaction. This happens to be Practice Partner, but what you want to look for is Drug Interaction. So I highlight that, hit uninstall, say yes to this. Now sometimes you'll get an error message here, and if you do, that means that your server needs to be restarted. So let's see if we get that error message. Okay, so no, I did not get the error message, so I can go ahead and proceed here. But you may get an error message, and I apologize, I don't have the text of that error message, but it's a fairly dire warning about what's going to happen. If you see that, at this point what you would do is say OK to the message, close Control Panel, you would restart your server, and then repeat the process of where we are so far. So once it's restarted, you'd come back, you'd turn off Watchdog again, because Watchdog will restart when you reboot it. You'll come back to Control Panel, then you'll uninstall Drug Interactions, and now you're ready to download and install the new version. So we sent you, or you should have from us, an email with a link to the new drug formulary in it. So I'm going to simulate that here. I'm going to bring up okay. So your browser may be different, but this says you've chosen to open it. What we're going to do is just hit Save File here. Okay, so our Clinical Tools has downloaded. So let's go to our Downloads folder, and we'll go ahead and close out of the web viewer here. And here it is. So when we find the download, all we need to do is double click it, and that's going to run the download, and it's going to set the extraction path to be C:\McKesson. We don't want to change that. We'll just say OK. Okay, the extraction's finished. So if you remember, it said put it in the C:\McKesson folder. So that's going to be over here. Here's C. Here's McKesson, so expand that. Now you might have an older Clinical Tools in there already, so make sure you've got the right one. Here's the most recent one. I'll select it. On the right, I see it, and I notice it's got the right date. Let me make this window a little. Okay, so we want to make sure there's the drug interaction and there's templates. We're going to leave the templates alone. I'm just going to double click on drug interaction, and then we want to click on the top one, not the setup, although you could do that one too, but I prefer the top one. We'll double click it, and that's just going to install it. Okay, so at this point we're just going to accept everything and click it. Okay, it's a fairly fast process. Now we just click Finish, and we are done. So we'll close this, and now let's go back down and restart Watchdog. So we'll come back down. Here's Watchdog. Now it's in yellow. I'm going to right click it again, and I'm going to click Start. And then we're going to get this indication that Watchdog is starting everything back up. We'll give that a few seconds to let it start up, let it get the services started. Okay, I'm now going to come over and open up patient records. This would be Medisoft Clinical or Lytec MD, all the same. So here we see the the interfaces are starting back up. That's what you see here. So here's Practice Partner. Let's go ahead and log in. Okay, so when this screen comes up, this disclaimer screen, you'll notice right here in the center, the version Metaspan data dates from July 21st, 15 and will expire on November 15th, 2015. So that's the new date. So we can tell from this that it worked. And we also don't get the drug interaction warning. So the drug interaction was successful. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of here. And now this is a good time while you're doing the drug interactions to go ahead and check your product update. So let's hit start. And let's go to, now we see it right here, Update Manager. We could do it here, but yours might not have it there. So let me show you where else it would be. So you would go to All Programs. And we would find the McKesson folder. And you might, depending on which one you have, Metisoft Clinical or Lytec MD or Practice Partner, you might see other folders. But no matter which one you have, which of those three have it, you're still probably going to have a Practice Partner folder. You want to double click on the Practice Partner folder, and the Update Manager will be in there. So let's go ahead and double click that. And if you get an error when you run Update Manager, it means you probably forgot to start Watchdog and the services are turned off. So make sure that Watchdog is running and the services are on and that you can already open the program. You want to close the program before you do this, but just make sure you were able to open it once you did your drug interaction. So it only found 2 updates. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And notice when I do, I see the updates. I'm just going to hit the top box, which selects all of them. I usually see quite a few more than 2, but this one only has 2. And now I'm going to go click download and install the updates. So let's let this run. Once it installs the update, you're going to get a message that a reboot is required. What I would suggest you do here is click cancel. And it's going to check for updates again, because there may be other updates that were pending the download of those first ones. So let's check again. Yes, in this case we did see that there is another update available. So let's go ahead and click that. And there's actually 11 patches in that one. We'll click that and we'll click OK and download and install again. Okay, once again we see that a reboot is required, and at this point that should have downloaded all the upgrades. So here we can just go ahead and click continue, and that's going to reboot our server for us. And at that point we will be finished.